You know those people who were doubting Florida State following that very close win over Boston College? Remember those same people that were doubting Florida State when they took Clemson to overtime on the road and barely survived against Dabo Sweeney and this ragtag sub 500 below average roster? Yeah, just go ahead and show them yesterday's game, and then that's enough to where you can say they can win a national title. If you're brand new here, welcome on into the channel. My name is Cole Thompson. I'm a radio show host based in Houston, Texas, and I talk college football. I talk NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA, but I love talking college football. And if this is the type of content you enjoy, this is the channel made for you. So subscribe down below. Leave a comment in the section telling me your thoughts on Florida State moving into the final month of the regular season. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends, your family, your mother, your sister, your brother, your pastor, everybody about this channel. Because if we get to 1,000 subscribers by November 15th, I will shave my head, Lex Luthor style. Call me Daddy Warbucks live on air. We do live shows on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and let's talk college football. Final score, Florida State, 41. Wake Forest, 16. And yeah, you won on the road against a team that has a brand new quarterback that's a freshman, and they really are going through some trialing times because of now you no longer have Sam Hartman, and that team that was really potent back in 2021 doesn't exist. But that's not really what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is Florida State all season has shown you in glimpses why this is a team you do not want to mess around and find out about. Because offensively, they have one of the best running backs when he's full go in Trey Benson. They have a quarterback that everyone seems to have belief in with Jordan Travis, who also can utilize his legs to keep drives alive with his first downs. Two standout receivers in human highlight reel Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson. Not to mention a very good tight end and a Swiss Army knife in Jaheim Bell. Another quality playmaker in Jahleel Douglas. Also, Kyle Morlock and a bunch of other guys. Oh, and a defense that can also go toe-to-toe with about anybody in the country and handle themselves. The problem is, and the problem that's been around Florida State for most of the season is, when are they going to actually turn on the Jets? When are they going to finally hit their stride at the right time and just continuously move and groove up and down the field and just eliminate somebody? Because we've seen drives stall. We've seen the offense look minuscule at times. We've seen inept play calling. And we've definitely seen the defense give up its fair share amount of yards after contact. But yesterday was one of those days where it's like, oh, this is what Florida State looks like when all the bells and whistles are clicking. Okay, they're good enough to win a national title. Florida State threw for over 300 yards in yesterday's game, 3 touchdown passes from Jordan Travis. 2, of course, went to Keon Coleman. 1 was a human highlight reel, just one-handed grab that's going to look incredible on Sundays wherever he plays next year. They also ran the football, and they averaged about 5.6 yards per play. They also had a really nice game plan defensively. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, they held Wake Forest to 3 of 14 on third down and under 220 yards. They eliminated a Demon Deacons team that still has a lot to play for, even though right now they're sitting at 4-4. They eliminated all of the qualms and all of the quid pro quos about what this roster could be, and that's a testament of what you have with Mike Norvell. This is a Florida State team that, if it continues to do its job, is going to go undefeated. And there are some moments where you can definitely say, are they going to play up to a certain standard? Because they're kind of a lot like Texas, in my opinion. Texas, in the big games, underneath the bright lights, when everything is clicking and all the lights are supposed to be there and everything is supposed to be nice and hunky-dory, they'll deliver. They'll give you a show, and they'll make sure that everything clicks to where you cannot doubt them. And they've done this for years. And then when they play a University of Houston team, they nearly lose, or they do lose. Or when they play Wyoming in week 3, they end up keeping this thing a lot closer until the final 5 minutes. Or they play, say, a Rice, and Rice ends up scoring first. That's Florida State too. Because Florida State will come up big when they play LSU. They look phenomenal when they have to play against, say, a Clemson at times, or when they play in the second half against a Duke team. But then they kind of allow Boston College to hang around a little too long. Or they let Virginia Tech get 17 points on them. Or they allow Wake Forest to jump out to an early lead. Like, those are the things that we usually see. Not this case. This version of Florida State absolutely is one that is dangerous, it's lethal, and it can strike quick. And before you realize that you're even bleeding out of the poison, you're 6 feet under. That's how good this Florida State team can be. Now, the schedule bodes well in their favor. They still have another potential top 25 matchup ahead against Miami. They still have games against Florida and Pitt and North Alabama. So at any point, I think the worst that we're talking about is an 11-1 roster that goes to Charlotte as one of the two representatives for the ACC title game. And at best case scenario, they're undefeated. And now we're having a close to no call TCU moment, because TCU did its job so well last year that everybody decided to say at the right time, you know what? Don't worry about the conference title. They've done their due diligence. Let's put them in the playoff. And they didn't disappoint. They got the biggest upset, in my opinion, in college football playoff history over Michigan. And then they got shown truly why this is a team that still is very far behind at Georgia, because they lost to Georgia. And that might be Florida State. They handle their business against everybody else along the way. Pitt gets pounced. The Hurricanes are hindered. North Alabama, I don't have alliteration for that one. And Florida chops its way back to Gainesville with an L between its legs. Like, if you get that to happen, yeah, this is a team that's going to go at least, I think, to the college football playoff. And it's great buy-in, and it's great culture. And the best part is, I still don't know if we've seen Florida State reach its full gear. Because you can make an argument that Keon Coleman is the best, if not the second best wide receiver in the college football realm. I would say personally he's third, only behind Malik Neighbors and probably Marvin Harrison Jr. You can make an argument that Trey Benson, when he's in the open field, is about as dangerous as they come. And that gives you matchups. And that gives you opportunities to where you can say, this game, we want to target Keon Coleman 19 times and just force teams to beat us by going in an opposite direction. And if they can, well, then great. Look who's open. Johnny Wilson, Jaheim Bell, Trey Benson. Say you want to pound the rock with Trey Benson so many times and you just want to trust that the run game is going to work. And it doesn't. And say he finishes with an average of 3.2 yards per play. Well, now because if they think that you're just going to run it nonstop, that opens up lanes for Keon to get open downfield. And that opens up avenues for Johnny Wilson to find his way into the end zone. And that opens up lanes for all these other role players that truly have dictated a nice little niche for themselves in Tallahassee, a shot to score. This version of Florida State is very good. And it's great buy-in underneath Mike Norvell. It's great locker room chemistry. And really, Florida State is showing you what the transfer portal was made for. Add in missing elements. Don't just build a team overnight that way. No, what you want to do is you want to take the nice little few pieces that are probably going to hinder your success and upgrade. And they've done that. Jared Verse, Trent Charles Cypress, Keon Coleman, Jaheim Bell, and now they're right in the very much of a hunt to be a college football Final Four team, if not already guaranteeing their spot. Went out and you're in, that's for damn sure. But even if you lose a game, I'm not sure that people are going to go ahead and keep this Florida State team out of the playoff. They're too damn good and they're too damn fun. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. Don't hit the X button yet. Make sure you hit subscribe to keep up with all of our daily content found on Just Saying It and anything else that we post on this channel. Bye.